Hello everyone, it's Ethan here while editing 005 of Juicebox, and we just wanted to have a quick disclaimer / announcement before the next episode starts. We're having loads of fun doing Juicebox, by the way. Juicebox isn't something we're going to stop. We really enjoy having this weekly project, and it's, keeping us on our toes. However, we want to make sure that Juicebox is still fun and entertaining, but still sort of creative. So from 006 onwards, we're going to shake up the format a little bit. Everything's going to be a bit tightly structured. There'll be more bits of structured improv. The whole show is just going to have a slightly different feel, a slightly different vibe. So if the show feels quite different from episode 6 onwards, that's deliberate. Okie dokie, enjoy episode 005. We talk about the Funkasarus in this one.
Yeah.
Looks like everyone's getting in.
Right.
Oh, I'm so excited, I'm excited. I'm
Now-
excited for UG podcast.
Dan, before we...
Today we talk about Ugg give you suggestion on how to kill Diplodocus. Welcome to Uggcast.
Shut the fuck up.
Sorry.
This
Is that hair on his chest or is that stink marks?
Bro, that's
What
hair.
stink marks? You stupid?
Ol-
What are you talking about?
My chest is smelly.
Oliver the Orange
Yeah.
Man is nothing but peak masculinity. That's chest hair.
Wait, we haven't started yet.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, we are. Of course. Come on, boys. Get on board.
Live.
We're
We're
live.
live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Juicebox
Oh,
episode number 5. The series where Freshly Squeezed does a little chat every week live on Twitch, and we all know that we're live. As
We're all
always, I'm
fully aware.
Webb actor. I'm here once again with my compatriot
I
Daniel
didn't-
Taylor.
I didn't know. I am livid. Close the stream. Start it again. I refuse.
No.
No. How dare you? Because
You should have been here early so we could do it the whole
Start.
way.
We said start at
I'm
7.
genuinely upset. I joined at 1 minute past 7. You
Bro,
piece of shit.
Yeah.
You should have been here
You're
before.
late.
You should have been here
Yeah,
before.
starts at 7, but everyone
can't
knows
believe-
a real Sigma has to
can't-
get in the restaurant before the burgers get cooked.
We will talk
A
about
real
this
Sigma
later.
gets into the
But
a real Sigma gets into the restaurant before the cows get killed.
Hey,
Oh,
every
man.
Sigma on the wall. Who's the skibbiest of them all? That's what you need to think about, guys.
Anyway, welcome to
Please
Juicebox,
don't
everyone.
Get killed.
Returning from...
You've absolutely thrown me off. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Hold on.
No,
Wait.
alright.
Hang on. No. Hang on. Wait.
No,
We can.
it's fine. No.
No. We can do a take 2. No, hang on. Okay. No, it's fine. No, we can.
Want me
It's
to do the
fine.
clapper? Want me to do
Yeah,
the
yeah.
clapper?
Hold on. Okay. I
Okay.
cut. Do the clapper. Okay.
Right.
Sound.
Juicebox 005, scene 1, take 2, action.
Okay. Camera.
Yeah.
Drum rolling. Sound.
Okay,
Speed.
I'm now ready to start the stream.
Okay. And action. Go. Damn.
Hey guys, welcome to the grey area. We're back again after multiple years. It's me and Ethan. These 2 guys are here. I don't know who they are. Ethan, how's our A-levels going?
Tom, wait. We might have to take 3.
Okay.
Start again.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
I
cut,
wasn't
cut,
ready
cut.
that time either.
Cut. No, that's
Any
okay.
improvements?
Okay. Let me have a think. So if we start with
What-
Dan, and then we can move over to a grey area joke, and then we can, because all of this is structured, as you all know. This is scripted.
Yeah.
Have you guys all got the scripts I
This
sent
is
it to you
like
this morning?
Yeah, I've got the
Yeah,
script.
this is scripted like wrestling.
I've got the
we've got
script.
Okay.
Is it
Okay.
you guys
Luckily,
really-
we're not
is it
live.
hot
Luckily,
clip?
we're not live, so
Okay.
this is all fine. But it's okay. I can fix it in the edit because we're not live, obviously. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Sam, do you want to do the clapper?
Yeah.
Juicebox. Quiet on the set.
Yeah, can't say. Yep.
Juicebox 005, scene 1, take 3.
Okay. Camera rolling. Sound set. Yep. Okay, we're all good. Action.
Hi, I'm Dad. Do you like oats? Shit, I fucked it up. Move on.
Okay, bye. Welcome to Juicebox 005. As always, I'm Ethan Webb, actor. I'm joined, as always, by Daniel Taylor, actor, and I'm joined by Ben at Blazing Soul 50. And today, this is a little freshly streamed special in terms of usually we have other artsy folks and other people within theatre and performing on our stream. However, we thought this week we'd have our gaming extraordinaire. Our ginger minja, Thomas ThatGuy.
Careful.
Everyone clap.
Very careful.
Very careful on that, Ethan. Minja.
I was careful. Just because I'm bold and have a mustache doesn't mean I'm cracking those out now.
Let's wait on. Let's wait a little before you say that.
Let's run back. Let's just go to me.
Introduce yourself, dog.
Yeah.
What's up? I'm Tom. Last name not included. Although you can probably find it if you look hard enough.
Yeah.
I go by many names. Greyhound, Thomas Greyhound, that guy, TG. Because what does TG stand for? All of that above, but most importantly, that guy.
That guy.
I've been quote unquote recruited by these fellas to help them out with gaming. Because I'm good at games as well as these.
He has an esports degree.
He has an
I have an
esports.
esports degree. That means I can talk about Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Amongst other things.
Hell yeah.
For anyone who's aware of the law, yes, I am that person from the grey area. That was with Ethan.
So
I was his co-star.
Do we want to?
So for context, when we were 17, it's younger than that. When me and Thomas were teenagers, but back in our hometown, we had a podcast called The Grey Area, which is on YouTube and Spotify.
And this explains the joke.
And this explains the joke, yippee. And I would make all the covers on Snapchat. So we do it on Snapchat. And to be fair, we recorded each other's audio at home. But yeah, it was interesting.
Of
course,
course.
The profile picture we made for it, where it was me, it was my Entei profile picture, and Ethan as a cowboy riding on the Entei.
Yeah.
Any highlights? Did it have guests?
We actually
did it have
to be fair,
sound
well, for guests we had indie musician and performer Ivan Ferber,
currently part
who's
of
just
Moldog's
our friend from
Cabaret.
school at the time. But
there is no other way than the cabaret. Ivan, if you're listening somehow.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. Hop on Juicebox. I think I've asked you. I think I've already sent you a DM going, please.
We need to make gifts.
Please, I like interval. Anyway.
What I'm genuinely curious is why did two teenagers at school think, yeah, you know what? We can start a podcast. Looks fucking easy.
I had no friends, Ben. I had no friends. I've explained this multiple times.
And making a podcast was your way to fix that.
Yeah, because Ethan had an ego problem and he had friends.
What if the bullies had found it?
I had an ego problem as a teenager. I was like, I'm the coolest fucking thing ever. I'm so niche and indie. I say wearing my fucking free sunglasses I won in a competition with my Sonic hat.
I think it's genuinely admirable that you thought that.
Yeah. Hey, we once did a 24-hour stream where 10 hours in I went, Thomas, I'm tired. I want to go home.
You stayed up the whole night before getting drunk.
Yeah, because I stayed up till 1 a.m. the previous day. And then I don't know if the VOD is anywhere, but we're in the middle of doing Team Chaotix's run in Sonic Heroes. And me and Tom were just having a hushed argument. And Tom's like, well, no, we said we were going to do a 24-hour stream. And I'm just like, Thomas, I'm tired.
Fuck's sake. Anyway. Here we are announcing.
It feels like a good time to mention that Tom is our good, close personal friend. So I know the other few streams have been all the other Jews voices are very structured. And this was a little bit more of a relaxed tone.
Something I find funny is I've never heard Ethan introduce me to people or talk about me to other people. Yeah. But I've not heard Ben talk about it either. I've heard Dan talk about me to other people a lot, and he's the nicest person in the world when it comes to talking about me.
The thing is,
You'll be like, oh, he's so cool, and I'm like,
the thing
"Yeah."
is, the thing is with me, Tom. One, I don't really have anyone in my local area who I think would want to know you, but also I don't know where I would start.
What?
Like, I.
I'm sure there are
But no,
lots
it's
of
not even
people
that.
in your
It's
local
when-
area who would be delighted to know Tom.
it's when he introduces me to like one of his friends or something, or like when Big Mike when he talked about me to Big Mike, I think, or something.
That is a high honor. I do love a bit
Yeah.
of conversation with Big Michael.
What do I say?
You're like, oh, he's really nice and he's really cool and stuff. And
He's the coolest fucking guy I know.
I love Thomas Graham.
I
just want to lick his orange locks.
Tasty,
Yeah.
tasty.
That's what he says. He told us in confidence.
Yeah.
He
Sorry,
did.
Jim.
He did.
That's out there now.
That's out there.
No worries, guys.
So anyway,
But yeah.
anyway,
Since there's four of us again, shall we get started with questions straight
Well-
away?
well, I was
yeah,
actually no. You go.
Oh no.
Well,
wait,
I
can.
sorry.
I was
We
just
can always start with my. We can always start with my pitch. That might take like 2 seconds if it gets like turned down. It's a joke.
Okay.
It's partly a joke. Is I am quite the wrestling fan, as is Mr. Daniel over here.
Yeah.
So I thought
Yeah.
whenever we're on Juicebox together, we have a small segment where we just get to talk about wrestling for like 10 minutes. Yeah.
Yes, please. I can
And
use
this
it in the
segment,
tags.
this segment wouldn't be called Juicebox. It would be called Oosebox.
What?
what? What the fuck are you on about,
Oosebox?
Tom?
Oosebox?
Dan, please help me.
Oosebox?
I don't think I can help you.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
if you want to okay. So what I'm going to suggest here, if you want to talk about wrestling for 10 minutes, and the way we can make this engaging is what we sometimes do with my lovely girlfriend Julia, where these two boys think of a concept for a wrestler and we'll tell you if that's real or not.
Yeah, let's do
Because
it. Let's
wrestling
call
is
it
a
Oh.
wide,
Ooh.
it is a wide, diverse art form with a lot of very, very dumb characters.
And I know a lot
Oh.
about the dumb characters.
I remember as a little diversion but related. I remember when I was doing an open day, when I was looking at universities, right before I settled on Chichester, I went to an open day at Leicester de Montfort Uni, and I attended a lecture on theatre performance and wrestling. It was really good.
Oh.
Nice.
I was 17. I didn't fucking understand any of it. I was like, okay, but
Wow.
Who is
it's
this
great.
gay thing?
Wow, I don't know what this is. So me and Ben just have to improv a wrestler on the fly.
Yeah,
we'll
we'll
tell
tell
you
you
if
if
they
that's
exist.
accurate or not.
Okay,
Yeah.
Ben, do you want to go
We'll
first?
tell you if you're getting sued or not.
Right.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
I'm assuming you know the baseline. Like, there are gimmicks. Like, this wrestler can be like a trash guy.
So
Okay.
I just
Okay, what about a wrestler called The Undertaker?
Yeah,
You'll never
Ethan, you're not
believe
going to believe this.
Okay.
You'll never believe this.
all right.
Oh, okay.
All right. Him.
That's a real one.
Hold on a second. Not only is the Undertaker actively a wrestler, he's soon going to come to the Fortnite item shop, and when he does, make sure you use code WebWeezy.
The advantage I have for this is one. Thomas has slightly played this game with me before, and
Okay.
everything I said that time, there was a wrestler for it. But I've came up with one which I think is not a wrestler. They're a tag. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
they're a tag team.
Okay.
They were
Right.
Right.
Okay.
they were former conjoined twins.
Like a Gundam.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Is that?
interesting.
Do you remember 3-minute warning? They're not exactly like that, but like,
Are they pretty close?
no, they're not. They're not.
I think no.
They're these two big Samoan dudes.
Yeah. Okay. But they.
Mo and Joe.
Okay, but they aren't severed conjoined twins who turn into a super wrestler.
Yeah, they're not a Power Rangers themed.
Wait!
wrestler.
Wait, you know when Humberto and Angel Garza, when they would like
Yeah.
wake up and they both have the same scar on their body.
Where's
Is that
the
kind of the
Yeah.
same?
where's the fusion?
They're
Where's,
like our uncle is he gave us this scar.
But bro, where's the fusion?
What are you talking about?
Stop asking about whether or not there's fusion.
Listen.
Okay, here's
My wrestler's called Goku.
Hear me out. Hear me out, Dan. My last
okay.
for this.
I will say I cannot think of a conjoined twin wrestler. However,
Niche.
I will raise you and say that I will give you penis-themed wrestler.
What?
There was a tag team called. There were two bald men. They wore pink trunks, and they were called Dicks.
Okay, that's quite funny.
Now my last one for this. My last one for this character that Ben's created, this tag team. Now currently in the Hall of Fame are two female wrestlers referred to as the Bella Twins. Although because of how WWE has gone a bit down the hole a bit,
that's a good one.
They've since been called the Garcia Twins. Now the Bella Twins used to just wrestle individually, and during the match, one of them would go under the ring, and then the other one would come out because they're fresh and they can be, I'm going to beat you up. And because they were nearly identical twins, nobody knew what was going on.
Okay. I mean, you could tell. You had to just suspend your disbelief, I suppose.
Yeah, because you could probably see them coming out the ring.
I wouldn't say they ever feud. They because they're twins and they were both attractive women. Of course, they had to fight eventually, and they had an incredibly distasteful feud where one of them told the other one they wished they died in the womb.
Jesus Christ,
brother Christ!
I want to buy an action figure of those two.
No, you don't.
Ethan, it appears it's your turn now, I think.
Okay. I could just do another joke of, my wrestler's called Izuku Midoriya, but I'm gonna do like something.
Do a proper one.
Okay, let's do a waiter called Service Charge, who uses a teapot in his finisher, and it's called teabagging.
Oh.
Okay, so this feels like, because there have been a lot of butlers in wrestling, a lot of butlers, and I feel like this is butler adjacent.
And Dan knows something about butlers.
That's the name of the episode.
Butler adjacent.
Butler adjacent. That is what
People will look at it in their feed and go, is butler adjacent a name or a term?
There have been some aggressively English wrestlers.
Okay.
How aggressive?
Like one
from
Aiden,
the film.
There's one called Aiden English, and he's sort of like a silent movie guy.
I mean, he's not English. He's just got English in his name.
What
was his name?
Aiden English.
John English. Cool.
Can I just say?
But he pretends to be like a silent movie guy. That was his thing.
That's kind of fun.
Can I just say this?
It was pretty fun.
This is like a complete bit of a fucking tangent. I fucking love getting explained wrestling to solely from the fucking insanity of it all. Like, I thought the stuff we did was weird, and then
it's pretty nice.
And then I remember Darren and Tom sitting me down and explaining what the Funkasarus was, and
for those who don't know, do you two want to describe the Funkasaurus?
The Funkasaurus. Okay.
Now
I should also add that the performer of the Funkasaurus is now like a massively right-wing pundit on Fox News.
Oh, what? Hang on, I'm looking this up.
You gotta look up the Funkasaurus, even. He's so funny.
The Funkasaurus was a big fat man. He dressed in a red unitard, and he would come out with two women dancing around him. To a funk song called "Somebody Call Your Mama."
Okay.
And he would dance around, and he would gyrate and jiggle around, and also he was a dinosaur.
But he's a man.
No, you don't understand.
No, he's a dinosaur.
Oh, sorry, my mistake.
Sorry, Ethan, I'm going to need you to fucking pay attention here. He was a dinosaur as well.
So sorry, and this is the guy who's a right-wing pundit attacking, like, gender identity, then?
Hold on.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, being the opposite gender's weird. Now come on, baby, let's go do dinosaur sex.
Hold on.
Let's go do dinosaur. That's exactly correct.
Dan.
And they always go, and we're joined here with with former professional wrestler, very serious guy. Can't remember his real name, but he went by
Brodus
Brodus
Clay.
Clay.
Tyrus.
That's not real.
Guys, you did
It's
not.
Joined by
real.
Tyrus on
All
Fox
right,
News. He's gonna
Dan,
Donald Trump.
Dan, you did not tell me that the Dancers became a wrestling tag team called the Funkadactyls.
Oh,
And one of them
This is
still
also-
signed to the company today.
one of them is competing today and is genuinely very good and much better than Brodus Clay ever was. Let's be real.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, he's great.
Christ.
I can see like an actual like news reporter just watching the show and be like, the Funkasaurus is perfect for our views.
Right.
Would you like-
Hop stepping into Raw in January 2012, Brodus Clay shocked WWE fans who were expecting the hype superstar to be more Hall of Pain than Soul Train. The 370-pound former Funkasaurus descended from Planet Funk on a mission to move booties and mash bodies. If Clay,
That's it. He came from Planet Funkasaurus.
Wait,
Yeah,
hang on.
I forgot.
Funkasaurus isn't his name.
if
Yeah,
Clay's
it's his nickname.
if Clay's serious,
Come on, that would be silly, Ethan.
come
He comes
on.
from the planet Funk.
Hold on. There's more. There's
The-
Ethan. There's more. If Clay's serious strength and outlandish attitude didn't grab you, the Funkadactyls, Naomi and Cameron, the two beautiful ladies in skin-tight cat suits shaking by his side, certainly did. Clay joined forces with
Are
10.
they from Planet Funk too?
I don't like that they said that they shake like they're having some sort of attack.
What?
Clay joined forces with Tensai to form Tons of Funk in early 2013, but the partnership
Oh, I forgot
dissolved.
about that,
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Hold
You thought
on.
It was weird.
Hold
before.
on. But their partnership dissolved once Clay's rage rose above his desire to dance after breaking out on his own. Oh, what a fucking...
Yeah. So
What a
so
s-
let
This
me
is the
give
Dark Knight
whole-
Returns.
let me
What the
give
fuck
the
am I
whole lore
hearing?
then.
And,
Dan,
and then
Dan,
he was
yeah.
released shortly after. It didn't really
So-
go anywhere.
So Brodus Clay, on one episode of Raw, which was like a roulette Raw, where they're like, "Oh, we're gonna spin this wheel and you'll have a match." Brodus Clay was set to have a match against Lord Tensai. Lord Tensai is a guy who I believe was billed as being from Japan, formerly known as Albert
yeah.
or
He
A-Train.
was. He was built.
he
to
was
be
this
from Japan.
huge,
He was
like-
covered in like. He was
Yeah,
covered in like. I don't think it was real Japanese. I think it was just moon runes. And he was just.
Yeah.
And he was just. He was a big fat white man, and he would just. he was And at first he was really serious, and then he wasn't.
What's that?
I
What's
watched
this
him beat
character's
Alex
name?
Riley at a nice show. Lord Tensai.
Lord Tensai. Google him.
Is
He's
he
really
fucking
good
Power
looking.
Rangers villain? What the Lord Tensai?
Oh, that...
So
I can tell
so
you
This
this...
is the most
spin the wheel.
least Asian man I've seen in my life.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I
He's
couldn't
he's
imagine a
clearly
whiter
Japanese.
man.
So they spin this wheel. Yeah.
I fucking love wrestling so
And
much.
they,
What the fuck is this? He's going on the thumbnail. What is this? Who is this old cunt? What the fuck?
so they spin the
What
wheel.
I look like
and
in
Lord
everything
Tensai,
always.
Lord Tensai now has to wrestle Brodus Clay in a nightgown match.
What's a nightgown match?
So
Yeah.
Lord Tensai, the aggressively
It's-
Japanese,
Ben, sorry.
stereotypical
And what do you
man.
think a nightgown match is?
Is it where they're
Do they have
fighting?
to steal a
Is,
nightgown?
is it where they're fighting in
wear
nightgowns?
nightgowns.
Dressed in nightgowns.
Oh, sorry, my mistake.
So I think from what I can remember, looking at this thumbnail, Brodus Clay was like, "We're not doing that," and the general manager was like, "Okay, I'll spin the wheel again." And they like established it was like a dance contest or something. So they get out to the ring, and Brodus Clay's like, "Hey, Tensai, did you hear the match got changed?" And he takes off his robe, and there's a nightgown. And Lord Tensai dances a bit around, and at some point they form a friendship where he becomes, I think he goes from being Lord Tensai to like Sweet Tea or something.
What the fuck? This is awful. What the fuck? Why is he wearing a Shinobi mask?
I love the idea of a wrestler going,
Because
"Oh,
it's Japanese.
I just,
Oh, sorry, yeah, my mistake.
I fucking love the idea of a wrestler being like, I'm ready to kick this guy's ass. I'm ready for this fucking championship match, and then put on the footsie pajamas. before getting ready for combat.
I promise you, there's a time that people have wrestled in footsie pajamas. I just can't think of it.
This is crazy. Imagine being like, you know what? I'm gonna perform in WWE. I'm gonna be one of the greats, but I have to be Asian. This is my thing. I have to be Asian.
I don't know if this is going to blow your mind or not, Ethan, but people pretending to be from different nations in wrestling is not a new thing.
What are you talking about? Why would they lie to me?
Hey, Ethan, where's Roddy
There's loads
Piper?
of cash in that case. They told me.
Ethan, where's Roddy Piper?
They actually locked the ring with the cage. They told me themselves. Why would they lie? I would watch an animated show, like a 2D shonen with all these characters in. I'd watch the fuck out of that. Give me the Tensai arc, dude.
Xavier Woods is like, I don't know what to do on this roster, man. I don't know what to be. And he's approached, I think, by the Funkadactyls, who are like, hey, why don't we call in a favor and get you some music and we come out with you?
Was
with the
Hornswoggle
Funkadactyls. He wasn't, no.
You know about Hornswoggle, do you? Yeah.
I know about Hornswoggle. I had a WWE annual in 2011 for Christmas.
You know he's Vince McMahon's son?
What the fuck are you talking about? Do you think we could use the Funkasaurus in Freshly Squeezed and get away with it?
I am the Funkasaurus.
What if we called him? What if we called them the Tyrannosaurus Funk?
The six-eyed Funkasaurus.
The six-eyed Funkasaurus.
Also, I should add, the Funkasaurus was my favourite wrestler when I was a little boy.
Oh, really?
Was it?
I saw him live.
Yeah.
It's this Incrediboy taking down the picture of Mr. Incredible.
The moment I saw him on Fox News, I cried, and I was 23, and I ripped his poster off my wall.
Listen, me and
you ripped the poster off your wall. You put your hand on your Funkasaurus shelf, and you went.
Listen,
the action
it's been there for the last 14 years. Yeah.
Listen, me and Ethan can't get fun. We've been to Dan's house. There's a big ass professional portrait of the Funkasaurus.
Yeah. Dan has an oil painting. Well, he did have an oil painting of him and the Funkasaurus in his bedroom. He's sitting on the Funkasaurus's lap, and the Funkasaurus is cradling him like a sweet little babe. But when I last went there, all I saw was 3 kind of claw marks through it.
I rip open my shirt, and it's got the lyrics to his entire theme song.
Oh, what a good tangent.
Oh, what a beautiful tangent
what were we talking about again?
Yeah, what's happening?
If there was a character in wrestling who's a waiter who carries around a teacup, and for his finish it's called the tea bag. I think me and Dan established there's not been a wrestler called the tea.
That's going to be mine then.
I think we've already briefly talked about, we all enjoy different storytelling mediums. We all enjoy video games. We all enjoy a cheeky little movie from now and then.
I don't.
Yeah, speak for yourself, motherfucker.
I'm a cultured man who reads books.
Personally, I prefer listening to the echoes of the cliffs.
Play video
yeah, personally, I prefer the air.
What would be everyone's sort of dream medium they would like to work in? And if they have an idea, what would be the ideal thing they'd want to do with it?
Ooh. If I had the budget and the power to make literally anything I wanted, no matter, skill, no question, I would make a spiritual successor to Sonic Heroes, because that's the only game like that. There is no other platformer like Sonic Heroes. You would expect the other Sonic games to be like it, but I would make Freedom Planet. Have you guys heard of Freedom Planet?
Oh, you mean the little indie game, Freedom Planet? Yeah, I've heard of Freedom Planet.
Freedom Planet is essentially a Sonic game without Sonic in it. I would do that with Sonic Heroes.
Okay.
If money was no object. Actually, do you know what? Fuck it. I would make it like a Naughty Dog style Last of Us really sad story, but it's interrupted with Sonic Heroes levels.
You've just described 2 very different games.
It would be the same game. It would be you'd have this argument between characters back and forth, I'm not your dad, okay? You're not my son, and I never wanted. I didn't care. I didn't want you anyway. I just want my mum back, and then you have to do a little quirky platforming segment.
I'd love to fucking see that, in between, the scenes of, Mario levels where it's I gotta save the princess, but, my leg's injured. And it's, just horrific QT of, fixing the legs, alright, I gotta get going, and then it, smash cuts to, woohoo!
That's the thing, because like most games that are like most platformers that have a story, it's depressing from the get-go. So it like would be funny if there was like a really happy looking platformer with just a really sad, upsetting like narrative going through it.
I would like to have like a radio show that's on from like 1 a.m. until 7 a.m. or something, or like 1 a.m. to like 5 a.m. of just like pure vibes for the people who are for some reason up at that time of night.
Okay, so I'm stealing this. I've sort of stolen this sort of dream, this sort of ambition. A favorite writer of mine called Anthony Birch, who works on Dungeons and Daddies and wrote for Borderlands.
Okay. Oh wait, Dungeons and Daddies is done by Anthony Birch.
Yes, according to him, the golden ratio for writing would be, and this is an ambition I have now. You want to write for wrestling, you want to write for video games, and you want to write for porn.
Okay.
And those are the things I want. Those are the things I want to do.
All three of those.
So what you're saying
All three
is
of those.
you want to make a porn wrestling video game.
I didn't.
Or a
think I would
video
do it
game
all at the same
wrestling
time.
porn.
I like your thinking.
Right. After this
or a porn video game wrestling.
We got a real snarky going on here. Super Mario Bros.
All right,
So any
guys.
porn writers who happen to be listening, let me in to your industry, not to anything else.
Yeah, Dan would show up being like, I have a Baldur's Gate 3 themed porn movie ready to go. It's written. They hand you the script and they're like, this is 300 pages long. Are you asexual? What?
There is a whole
written in here.
It's all.
This is what the YA6 is going to be when they come back.
It's all about the characterization, guys. It's all about the characterization.
Yeah. Here's my Baldur's Gate 3 porn script. Dan, this is a 4-hour Karlak monologue.
It would actually be about Tony the Tiger, so be quiet.
You're telling me that Juicebox is like One Piece, a series what goes everywhere but leads to nowhere? Nah, we're nothing like that. Don't even stress, dog. We're going.
I love One Piece.
We're going places. I don't know what places, but we're going places. But there'll be something at the end.
Hey.
I'm not going to tell you what, but there'll be something at the end.
I'm Monkey D. Luby.
Monkey D. Luby. I'm gonna become
Monkey
king of
D.
the.
Luby.
I'm gonna become king of the pirates and find the one penis.
I'm gonna become king of the porn stars.
Holy shit! I need to write that down. I'm writing that down.
Oh my god! He ate the cum fruit.
Yeah.
Don't say that. We're trying to monetize this.
Monkey D. Luby ate the cum fruit and become the king of the porn stars.
Blur that out. Censor that out.
You know when people are like, "Oh, I'm going to tell my friends that I'm on this show," I'm gonna be famous. And then
Don't
I
just
didn't do that.
don't tell your friends. Please don't tell your friends.
Juicebox, don't tell your friends.
Don't tell your
This
friends.
is going to be the one episode I
Don't
post
tell this
about,
to
and
my
I'm gonna say, don't watch this. Don't listen. I'm ashamed.
You don't want
Listen
to.
until-
until
episode
40
six.
minutes
Ben.
in. Once
Thank you, Ben,
once the
for that
Funkasarus
crisis.
discourse is done, stop listening.
I didn't cause this. You guys caused this with all your raunchy answers.
Man, I thought I'd be coming onto a podcast and being able to talk about wrestling with Dan. Instead, it's all gone downhill.
Talking about Monkey D. Luby.
Monkey D. Luby
That's collapsed my brain.
and how he ate
That's the wrestling
the.
character. That's your wrestling character.
Don't give it up, Luby. Do.
Well, here's the thing. A lube
before this episode
superhero
began-
was already a thing in Watchmen, the TV show.
Was there?
Before this episode, my dad walked in. He went, "Oh, you should send me the link to this so I can listen to it." I went, "Oh, yeah. Well, if you want to support me, you can. If you want." Nope, that's changed all these plans. I'm not doing that.
You don't want
I
to
don't
watch.
think I will.
Oh no. For context, I'm pretty sure I haven't seen the Watchmen TV show, the new one, but it's a whole satire on superheroes, and one of the characters is called Lube Man. Yeah, it's pretty good. And there's a guy called Lube Man who wears this like silver, and he covers himself in lube so he can like dive into sewer grates and just slide into them.
I've just found the live action.
How is that useful?
Hold on.
Guys,
Yeah.
Friends at home, please Google Lube Man.
Wait. So you have Lube Man, Lord Tenzai, and Tony the Tiger so far. Okay.
Hey, listeners at home, who do you want to have on the thumbnail?
Messages in the description after the thumbnail's done.
Are we ready to move on to the next question?
For those who don't know, it's by the time the podcast is over, this whole thing will be done. But it is currently Star Wars Celebration. For those who aren't aware, it's the big live event they do every year where they show off all the new movies and shows, stuff they're doing. It's very, very exciting. But there's a lot of cool things being announced. Specifically, the big one for me, and big one for a lot of other people who are overly obsessed with La La Land, despite it being a movie from fucking millennia ago. One of the next Star Wars movies is going to star Ryan Gosling as the main guy, which is really exciting. What was the last sort of announcement you saw for a piece of media that genuinely made you lose? Did I cut out at the end?
No.
You
That's
cut.
a good question, because I'm so dispassionate these days.
Okay, you cut out pretty much through it, but I understand what you were saying.
Yeah. What made you lose your mind when you saw it?
That's a toughie.
Okay, actually, I want creative answers. Dan, Tom, you're banned from saying Smash Bros.
God damn, that's genuinely what I was thinking.
Am I? Hold on. If they're banned from saying Smash Bros, can I say Smash Bros?
No, but you're not gonna say Smash Bros, are you?
You don't know that. You don't know that, dog. I might say it.
So it's an announcement that blew my mind.
Yeah, so it could be from E3 or a Nintendo Direct, Comic Con, or just a tweet,
Inazuma 11.
Kill this guy.
As a wee lad who enjoyed a cheeky little American, not American, but cartoon and anime kind of thing. So this week, let me actually look it up. Let me look it up again because I need to know, for your reference, how long this game has freaking took.
Why wasn't the last one out on 3DS?
The last one was on 3DS. The last game they made was released in 2013. In 2016, after the reboot anime was started called Inazuma 11 Aries, they announced in 2016 that they're going to make a game for Inazuma 11 Aries that was set to be released in 2018 for PlayStation 4, Switch, Android, and iOS. 7 years later, the game's finally got a release date. It's got 2 story modes and an online mode, and I'm really hyped for it because
that's a fucking Zelda release cycle. That's crazy.
I am really excited to finally play another game about Inazuma 11 where I can have basically by the end of it any team I want, and I am just really excited for the child part of my brain to think yes, the autistic
for context,
hyperfixation was worth it.
How does the game work? Is it literally Dragon Ball FIFA, or?
I mean, yeah, it's basically just a football game, but you can use special attacks and stuff. You have a gauge you have you start off with, and if you use
football with a super meter.
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of fun.
You can't build it though. You literally have to just use it as you can.
What?
I think.
Okay.
I think. Maybe.
The only thing I know about Inazuma 11 is that there was a crossover with Despicable Me for adverts.
But yeah, I'm excited because after over a decade of waiting, really, I've more waited for 5 years. So yeah, I'm happy that it's getting a new game, and I'm really. Yeah. It didn't necessarily blow my mind. It more just made me really happy. That's.
I've just realized that saying that we can't talk about Smash Bros is cutting me off from saying a really funny story.
Yeah. Who's the idiot now, dumbass?
Okay, I've got an announcement I was excited about.
Yeah, go on.
So, and this is sort of relevant to it being Star Wars Celebration Day. So this year, this is very recent. They've discovered a new giant isopod, a new species of giant isopod.
Oh shit! Yeah,
and the scientists called it Darth Vader.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
We Reddit coded. I'm happy with that.
It was 32.5 centimeters long.
Just like how tall Darth Vader is in the movie.
I thought I was going a different direction than Ethan.
Okay.
He's a tiny little guy in the movie. I'll give you a real answer as well. I'll give you a real answer. Oh, let me. Oh.
I can say if I can retract the Smash Bros thing for 1 second while Dan thinks. When Sora was announced for Smash Ultimate. I screamed so loud, my housemate Fleur thought I had really injured myself.
Again.
Burst into the room being like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, Yeah, Saurus and Smash.
Just quickly while that ban is lifted, I was so happy about Minecraft, Steve. That blew my goddamn mind. I popped off
because we were in a uni lecture when it was happening.
I think I was the only person who's happy about Byleth.
Now,
yeah,
because I played Free House and really enjoyed it. I really like Free Houses.
I would like to tell you a lovely tale of when I was first, I would say, properly hyped and actually followed the development of a game. I was 13. I had just joined the bandhood.
And why did you?
I was on the.
Ben?
I was on the cusp of being a greater life. I thought everything was ahead of me. I was in secondary. Everything was amazing. It was me and my buddy. It was me and my lovely, just as autistic buddy James. We're like, this is gonna be a new year for us. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. And then it happened. We got the announcement for Pokemon X and Y, and literally it all fucking fell apart. You're telling me this game is Pokemon, but 3D? Sit the fuck
Mega
down.
Evolution.
Mega Evolution. Like, it's coming back, boys. Come back. I'm B-Real.
The next one will be good. The next one will be good. Leave me alone.
Hey, enhanced graphic. Fine.
You can't tell me You can't tell me that heroin's bad for me. Not all of my teeth are falling out yet.
Okay, so we've got Inzuma 11, Pokemon Daniel.
I said giant isopod.
Oh, sorry.
No, John Cena turned heel, and I was very happy about it.
And I was happy as well, more so because I called the fuck of it.
You did. You, to be fair, you called it exactly. I sort of had a similar theory, but you did call it to a T. No lying. Because you see,
hire me wrestling promotions.
Send me a message saying this
is story.
I don't know if saying I think this is what'll happen counts as writing a story, but I appreciate that you did call it.
No, because they don't write the stories; they make movies. That's what
Okay, Thomas ThatGuy, we need you to write a wrestling story, and Tom just goes, "Okay, hang on," and he pulls out a sheet of paper and he writes, "Dwayne Johnson jumps in the ring."
And the Funkasarus returns and he jumps in the ring.
The Funkasarus Hornswoggle gets him next. He starts hornswoggling all over the ring.
Can I just say, kind of running off this conversation of hype, can I just say, we all remember the Black Adam days, a film what was hyped by the guy who wanted the movie, who starred in the movie and wanted to write the movie for over a decade, and then it came out, and it was probably, in hindsight, one of the worst things I've probably watched.
Actually, do you know what?
I don't understand why they're expecting so much hype. Because I don't think there are any people sat at home like with their Black Adam posters and their Black Adam comics.
Yeah,
fan of Black Adam, the character.
He's not that popular of a character.
Yo,
like people know who he is.
In 20 years,
sort of they had this pomp and circumstance where they were like, "That's right, we're finally doing Black Adam, like you've always wanted." Okay.
I don't think anyone wanted this 10 years ago.
5 years time, the film Sinestro to come out.
Yeah,
it's genuine.
A fucking Sinestro movie. I'm real with you.
They'll have Timothy Chalamet stood there in red face paint. Being okay. This is how the DCU is going to change for real this time, guys.
Superman fails, and they go, "We've got to hedge our bets on a Timothy Chalamet Sinestro movie."
It's okay, guys. I know we started light with Superman and Batman, but we're really picking out the big guns now with Sinestro.
Hal Jordan should be played by Jack Black.
And I am Hal Jordan. Power rig.
This is a power band. This is a power rig. Construct.
This is in Lantern Corps.
Lantern.
Welcome to OUR. Can I just say?
This guy? Oh, it's Kilowog. Yeah, do you know the DC Trinity? Superman, Batman, and Sinestro. What about Wonder Woman? No. Sinestro.
We're making jokes, but this is essentially what Black Adam was. What he was really asking us for to be excited for was The Rock flying. The Rock is finally going to take wing.
The Rock said, "I can't do a crossbody anymore." So
it's fucking.
I'm just going to fly.
The craziest thing about that movie is, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but there's also a film that came out before that called League of Super Pets. and they got The Rock to voice.
Yeah, there's a scene with fucking 3 Dwayne
No,
Johnsons in
they
it.
get Crypto voiced by Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and there's a post-credit scene at the end where Black Adam shows up, also voiced by Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and then Crypto, voiced by Dwayne The Rock Johnson, is talking to Black Adam but a dog, also voiced by Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Genuinely, if you wanted to promote that movie, and I would have, if they did this, I will spend the rest of my, I would dedicate the rest of my life to hawking your film. If The Rock promises to sit down for like a 10-minute interview, and all I'm going to do is question him on the lore of Black Adam.
What's the thing? Have you seen the interviews where they ask him about Black Adam as a character? I don't know.
He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Where's Black Adam from?
New York City.
Greece.
Birmingham.
Birmingham Adam.
Brum Adam.
Brum Adam. Shazam.
Shazam.
Oh, no, Shazam.
Shazam.
I'm the hero and protector of Birmingham.
What's your favourite Black Adam comic?
He has comics.
I will protect Smethic Golden Bridge.
Exclusively that bridge.
That's it. That's the only place I'll do.
The worst thing is, they managed to get like some good actors for the Justice Society, and then they go, actually, these guys are fucking clowns. Why? Because they ain't Black Adam.
Yeah.
Say that again.
What's that? We got
Say
the
that
best
again.
live action Dr. Fate we're ever gonna get. Yeah, but is he Black Adam?
Is he Black Adam? Is he Black Adam?
If you're not Black Adam, then I'm afraid I'm just not going to watch your films, am I?
And do you know what? I think that alternatively, Dwayne Johnson should just be Black Adam in every film he does from now on.
I love
my friend Black Adam.
The Rock plays different characters.
Is...
Have you not seen the promo for the new film he's in where he's like, I'm a real actor, see, I'm a real boy.
I'm a real boy. Shall I ask my question now?
Yeah, it's about Black Adam.
Is it about Black Adam? We will not accept any other questions. I'm going to say Shazam a lot, but we're not going to have Shazam.
I'm calling it. He's going to talk about Italian fantasy lore.
To be fair, I want to say I'm curious about the fact he's going to come in with a fact, which I'm curious about because he's already brought up moon runes today. What you
Go on, Daniel. Hit us with your fact for today. Okay, everyone. The usual Juicebox segment. Dan's epic fact.
Come on, Italy.
Epic fact moment.
Have you ever been to Dorset?
Damn it! I was going to say something about the United Kingdom.
Okay.
That's not my question. Have you ever been to Dorset, though?
I wish that was the question.
Do they have epic facts there? Is Black Adam from there?
Black Adam.
Yeah, maybe. Dude, he might be in the middle of the stone I'm about to talk about. There's a big rock on a hill, and it's called the Aggle Stone. It's also known as the Devil's Anvil, because supposedly the devil fucking tossed it. He tossed it real far. It's one of the top 10 things to see before you die, brackets, in Dorset.
Can I just say, I fucking love England, because 90% of the UK's fucking monuments is just, here are some rocks, now they're in a strange place. We don't know how it got here.
It's either like a branded theme park experience or a funny rock.
I just double checked on Wikipedia. It's not even the top 10 things, it's the top 25 things. It didn't even... The devil threw it. I'm going to read you a little quote. Fiends often do dress like angels. And it is certainly hard to detect anything of the devil when the Madonna blue chalices of the visionary flower, Gentia Phenomeneth, are open in the heath. But devils did traffic with holy stones in archaic England, for devils were once gods themselves, fallen from heaven upon evil days. When you want to lose a video game, what character are you picking? Who's your throw character?
Marvel Rivals, it's Spider-Man. I've never played a good game as him. If I get MVP, it's a fluke.
My throw character is Black Widow. But I'm actually alright. I'm actually not too bad with it.
No. Editor, which is me. Bring up the liar alarm.
Okay.
That's, you,
Yes, my
Tom.
throat character's back there.
Tom, you know for a fact that you know for a fact he is going to fucking edit that in.
You playing as Ethan, my me for Ethan.
Yeah, you fucking bastard.
Oh, that is so accurate though, because the throw character was always the funny me.
But like, Tom got a me of me into Elite Smash before I got into Elite Smash.
Damn.
Yeah.
Why do you form like that, man?
Because I'm
It's so
awful at
funny.
Smash Bros. I get very
We
easily
had
goaded.
a bet when I would get 30 characters to Elite Smash before he got one.
Yeah.
We never completed it.
Oh.
I asked him to stop. I went, I'm never going to. My real throw character in Smash Bros. Is Sora. I'm awful as
I
Sora.
haven't played Smash Brothers in a long time.
None of us
My
have really.
throw character, I like how I didn't have an answer to my own question. I didn't realize we were going to be talking about Smash Brothers.
Oh, your throw character, it's the thing.
That's in Marvel Rivals. How dare you?
Yeah.
No.
Lord.
They've added him to Smash.
No.
They've added him to Smash now.
Oh, actually,
Your throw
no, if we're talking
character.
about Marvel Rivals, we do have your character.
It's magic, dude.
It's mad.
It's Iron Man.
Do you know what? If I want to broaden it to like all games, I think it's any sort of character where I have to use more than 20% of my brain. That's where I fucking. I do not. I do not. No. Fuck you. The thing is, when it comes to most games, if I am playing something where it's like you do this, repeat, that I'm fucking amazing at. I have to focus on 6 different things. No, you are asking a baby to climb up a ladder. That's not working.
I'll have you know that most babies in the UK can use a ladder. They're dexterous.
Not when I'm pushing them down.
Ooh.
I think, Tom, you would be incredibly bad at playing. Hear me out on this, guys. Jeff
the Shark.
We already have another one, actually.
Told you. No, yeah, I'm not good at Jeff.
Not good at Jeff at all.
Human Torch.
No.
Torch.
Human.
I've played Human Torch well.
Human Torch.
Human Torch.
No. Human Torch.
No.
Solid at. I think I think Tom would also be quite bad at Rocket for some reason.
Yeah.
I just feel like.
You just don't have the source.
I agree. I think it's the case where because he's got 5-star skills. I mean, listen.
You'd be really aggressive with Rocket, I think.
Yeah, I don't.
You'd like go to the.
Your I think your chess skills are so advanced you've forgotten how to play checkers. Promotion time.
Into promotion. Now this would be the bit where we kind of.
What's going on?
Yeah, but
I've got nothing going on.
First thing would be
Tom, sit down.
Streamed, yeah.
Tom, sit down and tell us about your theatre projects.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you guys about my theatre project. My theatre project is a little thing called Freshly Streamed. Because of gaming and stuff, and also because there's 4 lads here, but one of them, a certain Joseph, what is it, Harradine? Is that how you say the name?
Yeah, that's the right one.
He's not always going to be available. So there's going to be some situations where they're going to need to go back up. And that's either going to be me, or the great old Jack Stone, or any other person who may want to join. There's ideas with in terms of random gaming series and what games we want to play. Currently, we're on Marvel Rivals and Fortnite. Look at that. Minecraft as well at some point, possibly.
We have no
aware
clue.
of these boys wanting to do something around a certain patch 8 for Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, man.
Wow,
So,
what a good
go ahead.
segue. Did you hear about the guy who
It's
drove a
almost
Segway off a cliff?
It's almost like I did an esports degree where on-air talent was part of the degree.
Chat, put this man on a Segway and push him off a cliff.
Yeah, did you hear about the guy who drove a Segway off a cliff? Within Freshly Squeezed, we're a part of a queer community. There's been, for people who aren't aware, there's a lot of anti-LGBT and specifically anti-trans legislation being made. And we thought, we've always had an idea of wanting to do some sort of like charity stream. One thing we thought was, because if we do a Baldur's Gate Patch 8 stream, which would be us 3 and Jack Stone would be playing with us, the idea would be if we added a donation link to a trans charity, and every so often when we hit X amount of donation, spin a big wheel and something funny will happen. And then the idea is because Baldur's Gate is a fucking massive game, right? If we do this series, when do you guys know Baldur's Gate better than me? When would we realistically finish this? We did this weekly.
Oh my god. It depends how long the sessions are, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's like
But
a rough estimate.
knowing how we like to fuck around, it'll probably take like 6 months.
Yeah.
6
So
months.
like 6 months. The idea would be, because we'd be doing this stream so often and the streams would be so long and it would be a consistent series as like a fun community thing, we thought, why don't we try and give back? So this is kind of like an open call in a way, because we're going to do our own research into what charity we're going to choose. But because we're doing it via Twitch, we have to do it via a website called Just Giving. For people who are better informed than we are, is there a good trans youth charity specifically to choose?
I would also like to add the reason I know we had always planned to do this stream, and we know we originally set the date for obviously the donation to a trans charity is just a bonus to it, but we also completed the script sibling dinner. And
the idea is that Patch 8 is going to be like a sibling dinner celebration. Yeah,
the script's all done.
It was a plan.
We just want to play video games.
Yeah. For people who wanted to know, actually streamed the idea. The idea has been since what, fucking September of last year, to do like a charity stream to tie into sibling, not to tie into sibling, but to celebrate us doing Chai Fringe. We thought we'll do a charity thing to give back. So yeah, we will be doing a charity stream linked to a certain charity. And if people have a good suggestion, please get in contact with us, because we don't want to, not saying there's a such thing as a bad charity, but we do know there's some charities get mismanaged and they take a lot off the top and it doesn't actually go to the people who have it. So we'd rather be safe.
Yeah, we'll try and do our own research as well. But
but it's just like,
if you got recommendations,
shoot
them.
100%. Yeah.
Are there any other questions we would like to do? I'm going to bring up the chalkboard again before we leave. Is there anything people would like me to draw? It's one last goodbye.
It's not a question, but the second day of Star Wars Celebration is happening tomorrow, and I'm saying this now. So even though we all know it's happening anyway, the next season of Fortnite is going to be a Star Wars season, and I want me being recorded saying that before it gets officially announced.
Okay, Julia wants me to draw.
It is happening.
You shoot in the shop.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Julia wants me to draw Minecraft. Hold on.
My God, end the goddamn stream. We're at the end now.
Anyway, goodbye, folks. Sorry, I was